Traveling overseas has always been there, but it was always reserved for former military and retirees. You got these 20-year-old boys parading the planet in 20s to 30s and early 40s. You have to understand that they will never be able to get this time back. Salute to you. Who do I have in here? My comment is, oh, yeah, this is. Oh, Skates is in the house. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, it's been a while, bro. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, you're always gonna have somebody in the comments that will complain and make this about race. I'm not even a white person. Why are you why are you making this about race? Okay. I'm just giving people the game, bro. I'm telling 20-year-olds to stay in America and work their way up and make some money. When it comes time to retire, they can go. And if they want to trick it up on your holidays and come back home and go to work. That's all I'm saying. How's that hate? I'm helping these guys. Have you not seen the Holomans saying they're coming home because they're broke? The Holomans are coming home. KG is home. Passport Dog came home last year. He still hasn't figured it out. We need to check on him. Let me, before I log off, because this is going to be a short stream. Today's Monday. But let's check on Passport Dog. And I used to like his content. Hell of a blogger. You see, when I give you guys credit for stuff, nobody says Nana gives these guys credit. I give Anton Daniels credit. I give Razor Ray's credit. I give some of your guys credit, but nobody says, hey, Nana gave this guy credit. But the moment I criticize something, the black guys. So, I don't know. Did he delete his YouTube channel? I can't find him. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. He just changed his thing. So this is Passport Dog. The last time I heard, he said he was going to go back out there. Yeah, man. You see, when he came back to the US, he made some videos. And he went to Miami and he picked up a job. But as you can see, he's deleted those videos. He hasn't made any more videos again. There is no passport bro that has enjoyed life more than this guy. Hell of a creator. Great vlogger. I think if he did travel vlog just by vlogging itself, I would put him up there with Ace and what's the other guy's name? The Miami guy. I'll put him up there. He's hell of a creator, like really camera angles, how he spoke, how he scripted his videos. If you're learning how to vlog, this is one of the guys you can watch and except for his stricken behavior, I'm talking about just filmography, just that part of it. Hell of a creator. But he had to come back to the US and now he can't even make videos again. This guy built his YouTube channel up to 14K, almost 15,000 subs. That's a channel that can make at least $1,000 a month if he stayed consistent. But he realized that he had wasted a lot of his youth. So he had to come back to the US and get a regular job. Whoever told him about this destroyed him. But he can't go back and take his money back and say, hey, bro, you screwed up my life by influencing me to do this shit. I'm trying to stop the next Passport Dog. And the next group of guys, the next Austin Holomans. If I was doing this in 2020, Austin wouldn't have traveled. But nobody talks about all the guys that have helped rethink their decision so that they don't end up like this. How is that hate, bro? Like, how is that hate, man? This is a hell of a creator, talented creator. But he tricked up all the money because he had, he said he has about 300 bodies in Colombia. This guy was really the shit, bro. I'm telling you. Nobody knows Medellin the way this guy did. He is a hell of a creator. And he knew the turf, okay? He went there when he was very young. He was in his early 20s. That's when he went out there. Had a lot of fun. You know, if you go back to some of his very old videos, let's see if we can find some. And he was all over. He went to Black Colombia, Choco, all them places. Look at him. He was trekking, where is this? When first time in Medellin, 8 years ago. He was on the street doing this shit 8 years ago. That's how long it took him to wind it down and understand that he needed to be back home. Somebody influenced him. This guy was out there, bro. I think a lot of these guys were influenced by I Am Marwa, who we are going to get to. I think tomorrow we got Marwa. We got to get on Marwa tomorrow, the Kenyan guy. He influenced a lot of these guys. So this is Passport Dog, bro. And right now, no money. He's back in the U.S. just working a regular job, bro. Those 8 years ago that he went there, he could have earned a bachelor's degree in something in Colombia. Or at least, I mean, he speaks a bit of Spanish, but it could have been better than what he speaks right now. He had a good time. But he wasted his youth. And now he's got to pay back. And the payback is very expensive. He's abandoning his YouTube channel. Look, another one. We checked this one yesterday. You guys know him. This guy, Kid Greatness, 40,000 subs. Had a hell of a time. He was more on the African turf. Look at him. He hasn't been back in 2 months. He's just abandoned his whole YouTube channel. That could make him some money. You know, on the high end, if you go to Social Blade, like we did yesterday, we check it out, you know. You can just keep posting and you make a little bit of money from time to time while you go to work. But it has devastated them so much, they don't even want to make regular content anymore. He can just film a vlog and somebody will watch. Okay? At the high end of his channel, he was making $3,700 a month. Low end, $230. But at least that's something. It's better than nothing, right? He's lost 154,000 views in the last 30 days. Why? Because he's not posting. So he's still making a little bit of money, $4, $5 from the very old videos that he's made. But why build a channel? You know how long it takes to build a channel up to 40,000? How to build a channel up to 40,000 and just abandon it? The truth is, these guys are depressed. Nobody wants to talk about it. The reason they abandon these YouTube channels is because they are depressed. They've come to the realization that they are hitting 30 years old. They have no money saved. They've had a lot of fun. They got no money. They have no skills. They didn't go to trade school. They didn't go to college. They didn't learn a skill. They didn't learn an apprenticeship or a job. So these are men with no talent, with no skills. And they've come back to America when the unemployment rate is ticking up. This is a bad economy. They could have come here right after COVID when the economy is getting better. They've come back now when there are no jobs. Even the gig economy is shit. I look at the numbers, guys. I look at these numbers every day. The gig economy right now is shit. You ain't making no money doing DoorDash or Uber. They don't make money. Uber takes almost 70% of your money. So these guys have come back to the US with no cash. And they've come to an economy that is more difficult. Essentially, they are broke. And that depression is enough for you to not even want to take that phone or the camera and make a video. He can just come online and live stream and he'll get some super chats, make about $50. You know how hard it is to make $50 when you're door dashing? You have to make about 5 or 6 drops to make $50. KG can go on a live stream right now and make $100. $50 if it's not a good day. Talking about nothing. So he can still do this. Even if he's doing it from the US, that guys will still give him money. But why has he stopped doing all of this? If you quantify the number of hours that he put into doing this, recording every video, editing it, putting it up, and then knowing that you didn't save any of the money in 5 years, it's gonna make you depressed. That's all I'm talking about. These men are depressed and they're too young to be depressed because they made horrible decisions, bro. So how is that hate? I'm trying to stop the next guy from being these guys. Because to build a channel this high is impeccable. I applaud them. But they can't even turn on the cameras and make videos and live streams. People are going to watch them and give them super chats. Even if they're not talking about anything, people will still watch them because they have an audience already baked in. Okay? But look at the estimated monthly earnings. For this month and last month is $0. So he's essentially abandoned this YouTube channel. These people are depressed. This is what you're seeing with Holloman too. If you go back yesterday, we did Holloman. If I go look for him, I haven't checked on him today, but he probably streaming as hell. You go look at Holloman. He's the next one to come. He's the next one to come, and he's coming home. I know he's coming home. He might hold it out a little bit. He was live 8 hours ago. Look at the views, very little for a channel that is, his video settled at 1,500 views. That's like my videos when they settle. Okay, so he had to stream 8 hours yesterday to get those views like that. Today, Austin Holloman worked 4 hours, 1 hour 44 minutes, and 1 hour 24 minutes. So if you add these things up, that's 5.5, 6 hours, 7, almost 8 hours. He worked another 8-hour shift today, fellas. He worked 8 hours and 21 minutes yesterday. Today, he's worked almost 8 hours again. This is how long he stayed on the internet just to get some super chats. These people are now working for super chats because the regular videos and views, they're not doing well. He hasn't even posted a long form in 10 days. How is a YouTuber not posting a long form in 10 days? Because he's live streaming a lot for super chats. He hasn't found the time to actually make regular long form content. And the reason also being that people really are not watching his long form content. He has almost 160,000 subs. You need to get 10% of your audience watching your videos. So for 160,000, that means that each video he drops, he needs to make at least 16,000 views. He's severely underperforming, guys. Look, 5,600 in 10 days, 5,100, 6,500. He's barely cracking 3-4% of his audience are watching his videos. So this channel, the numbers is just a number. Like these people are no longer there. They subscribe, but they've moved on from him. They're not watching his videos anymore. This business has gone down. It's done. This is what I'm saying. It's not hating. I'm just trying to tell the next group of people who were seeing these guys as superstars and they were hoping that they were going to quit their jobs and go live overseas and that they'll be able to make money doing YouTube videos. No, the money didn't come from the videos. The money came from people sending them money doing super chats. And the Floyd thing is what it really cautioned a lot of the guys. In the next couple weeks, we're going to get an update on Floyd. We're about getting close to that time now. We'll get an update on Floyd to see what is about to go down. Soon as those updates drop, these guys will go back into hiding again. They're not going to have any peace, bro. Because that's what happens when you live a very degenerate life. And then on top of it, when you vlog it. Okay? When you vlog it. If I'm trekking, I'm not over here on the internet showing you my trophy. What am I? Like, men don't do that shit, bro. So the only thing left is for Austin is to go and do the Tariq Nasheed stuff. Because he tried geopolitics. It's not working. He might have to try to leave his Namibian girlfriend, get him a black woman in America, and go all in on this FBA stuff. That is the only grift that is still going. This is why somebody propositioned him yesterday and say, you might want to join this, start dumping on some Africans. Which is fine. They should dump on Africans. I'm going to be dumping on them too. And I know myself. I know I'm more ridiculous than these guys. I am more ridiculous. I'm more ridiculous. I have a lot of trigger words that I've memorized over the years. And I'm gonna release them slowly. It's suck, guys. I don't enjoy doing this shit to them like that. I don't. I don't. I don't enjoy doing this shit to them. But somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. And I hope they understand that, hey, I mean, life is tribal. I got to be with my tribe too. When they stop, we will stop. That's what it's going to be. I'm not saying they shouldn't push for their lineage and their reparations. We support that. Go ahead and do that. But why should you always be dissing my people, calling us booty scratchers, calling us stupid names, disrespecting us? Calling us the T word and all this derogatory shit. I don't even care about the names and stuff, but it's the things they lie. Your country's destroyed, your country this, your country that, your country that. You're fleeing this, you're fleeing that. When you're punching that, they're not like us. Okay, so you can say they're not like us, but then we can say you're not like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you want to always have the full benefits, but we can't have the benefits? Like, we can't say it, So I'm just giving them the same treatment that they're giving us. I'm just punching back the same way. Same tactics, same shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm the villain. I'm the one that gets threatened. Have you ever seen any African threaten O'Shea or all these fools that are doing this grift? No, nobody. No, people don't even watch them. So why do I get threatened when I come out here and I speak my mind? I've said it openly, and I'll tell Tariq Nasheed the same thing. The day you stop disrespecting my people, you can push for your operations. But the day you stop disrespecting my people, I will stop the disrespect, Because my videos on TikTok, I've started doing a bit of TikTok. My TikTok is starting to go. Eventually, they're going to hear the ridiculous, and I don't want to do that to these people, man. You see, the most unpleasant part of all of this is nobody comes to America, and I want people to key this or clip this. No immigrant or nobody comes to America with the goal or the intent of disrespecting any native-born American, black, white, or Asian. Nobody comes with that intent. Okay? But if you give them the chance to, then they will openly disrespect you. Okay? I don't take pride, or I don't have enjoy that I go after these people. No, I don't. I wish I didn't have to do these videos, because it's some of the damage that we are doing to them can be eternal, because we don't have to live here the rest of our lives. A lot of us make money 10, 15 years and we go back home. So, but these images and the things that we talk about can be devastating multiple generations in, and they can affect policy, okay? Because some of us can vote. They can affect what that community gets and what they don't get. And it'll feel like a betrayal, knowing that even if I'm not a Democrat and I support a politician that will give you reparations, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I got it for some black people. Let them get it. There'll be some pride in me doing that for you, because I'm like, yeah, I should get it. But when you've cooked up all these things thinking that you are untouchable, okay, but you're forgetting that we also vote, we can screw up all the progress that you've made. All it takes, in a country where it's politically charged, sometimes all it takes is, you saw in Wisconsin, 10,000 votes, bro. That's all it takes to screw up policy. 10,000 votes. So they need to start really thinking of this at a deeper level, because my people are hearing it, and as long as they stay on the grift and they make money, I don't make money off of this. I'm just gonna keep going, and I think I'm gonna get even more ridiculous as the days come on, right? Because I have like a whole pile of shit in my toolbox. But anyway, let's get back to the topic, and I'll wrap this up. This behavior of telling young men to go overseas and live there like they're retirees already, when they have no savings, no careers. Even when you go overseas, you're not even learning a skill, because you can learn a skill overseas, right? People are building roads over there. People are building houses. You can learn how to do something. You can start open a shop, coffee shop. No, these people are eating steak. You see them when they do live streams. They're always out in restaurants eating steak. Austin Holloman does not cook. Everybody else that is watching me cooks food at home. Austin Holloman, for the last however many years, 3 years, does not cook any food. So all his meals have to be in a restaurant. which means he needs to spend all his YouTube money. So eventually he's had to come home.
Okay. So I want to jump right into it, man. You had mentioned this on one of my lives, man, that you left.
Yeah, that man is still drinking that sugar. No, that diabetes is not gonna go, bro. He needs to get on Ozempic very fast. Maybe shed, if he can, try to get the 100 pounds down so that he can live longer to enjoy his retirement. He's doing it right because he's retired. I don't have any problems with him. But why this video is played today and why this is ridiculous is BMT is trying to tell 40-year-old men and under that this is a great life and they can go overseas and they can get some trophy, even if they look like Shrek. And that is not cool. That's not respectful to this man. He sounds like a very good guy. He really sounds like a good guy. But what they are not getting from this is he's doing it the right way because he's retired. He's worked his years. These fools haven't worked. And they're over there in Thailand. It looks like he has a business. If it doesn't even make a lot of money, it's still enough to retire over there, which is, whatever he has saved up and also what he's going to draw out of Social Security. That should be enough to retire, so he's at peace. But I hope that he can, get the weight down a little bit so that he can live a little bit longer, extend his life by another 10 years if he can drop some of that pound. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mocking him, man, fellas. I don't do that. I'm mean in certain ways, but I'm not mean like that because I'm hearing the man and I think he's a nice person. He sounds like a really, really nice person. So why should I be negative towards him? No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying I'm breaking down the video in the context of a passport bro. That this is not the example Aaron Faris should be showing a community of young men because this man is already retired. That's what he's supposed to do, okay? The thing of getting on Ozempic is going to get the weight down faster. And then he can take on the gym and add on a few other things to it to keep it like that. But he needs to get on that shit quick so that he can live longer because I don't think he can stay there that long, with the kind of healthcare that exists in certain parts of the world. It's just...
The United States with 800 grand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know guys want to know, how did you achieve that amount of money with the investments or savings?
800,000 was, the majority of it was I'd say 50% was investing. The other half was the selling of my house. Mm-hmm. I stated that on the last two videos I made on my channel, Cerebral mm-hmm. Aptitude, mm-hmm. and I knew it wouldn't get in that many hits because people just I stated how to make $100,000 a year with working 2 hours a day, mm-hmm. 2 to 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. People they just won't gravitate to making money. They say they want to make money. Mm-hmm. They say they want to make 100 grand. There's many ways to make. There's ways. I will never put how to make $100,000 a year if I hadn't did it myself.
Okay.
Never.
Okay, because in this community, it's a lot of guys that's trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out how to retire early, how to lead estates, how to generate some type of online.
Yeah, retiring early means that you have to work when you're younger so that you can get that money up faster. You can't be chilling around the world and then saying, you guys have been retired. Retirement means you're not working. And BMT and all these guys, they're not working. They're just YouTubers. Okay, YouTube is not work, man. Guys, I work a full-time job. I have 2 side projects that are going. So technically, I'm working 3 jobs and I'm running 2 full YouTube channels. And all of them are getting videos posted. And most of them are getting multiple live streams. So you can do it. It depends on how you stagger your time. And then I'm a husband and I'm raising 2 kids. You only got so much hours in the day, but you have to go to work. These guys are trying to do it without going to work. It's not going to work out that way, man. This is the problem with what they're trying to sell people. This is what I'm really against, right? The idea that you can just sit on the internet for 2 hours and make 100 grand. It's not that easy, fellas. It's not that easy. They're selling you some things that are not reality, man. Okay? It's not that easy. Even at the height of technology, it took multiple years to get into a certain income bracket. It takes some work and some time and dedication. They don't want to tell you the truth. They just want to retire. $800,000. Yeah, you sold a house. That means you have to buy your houses early and get into real estate early so that you can have some equity in your homes. And then when you're selling, you can put some money down and some money down. I couldn't have had this house for a first house. The reason I have this type of a house is because I've bought homes 3 times. So each home came with a certain layer of equity that allows you to put down on a big one. Okay, nobody starts with homes like this. Most of the guys that live here are people that have owned homes before. Okay, you don't just start like that. So to tell these people that if you don't get in the real estate game early enough, you won't build equity early enough with your age for that to work out. He's able to sell his home because he bought his home very early on, probably sold during the hot market in 2022, and then he got the hell out of here. That's where bulk of the money came. The other bulk probably from mutual funds and index funds in his 401k accounts and his retirement accounts. And then when he hits 65, he can get that early withdrawal from his Social Security. This man is set. This is a 1%er. It's not very many people that can be like this. So don't make example of these videos to give these young men hope when these guys haven't even they can't even deliver pizza. Some of these guys are so useless, they can't even drive a car. They don't even have a driver's license to even do DoorDash and Uber. Okay, what is he talking about, man? Anyway,